So now let us try to understand the another fact. This is the third fact which we are trying to understand. First we understood that all incarnations are coming from Purusha. Then we understood Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now the third doubt which is coming is why Krishna is also mentioned as incarnation and he is also mentioned as a source of all incarnations. So Krishna is incarnation or he is the source. Now to clarify this point, Srila Jiva Goswami with wonderful scholarship brilliantly presents this point by making a certain sub-points to this. First he says, because there is in Sanskrit, there are various ways to analyze a text. The first he says that whenever there is confusion, when two statements are mentioned and they are kind of opposite to each other, so in such a case you should always refer to the second statement. So refer to the second statement. For example, if somebody says, please get me a glass of water, and after a few minutes he says, no, please get me a glass of milk. So naturally we will refer to the next statement than the first statement. Similarly, it is mentioned Krishna is the incarnation 19th and 20th. This is mentioned in Krishna and Balaram are 19th, 20th, mentioned in text 23. But then text 28 says Krishna is the source. So source is later, first is incarnation. So the later statement is to be given more preference. Therefore, Krishna is the source. Now, the second point which establishes Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam as a superior statement, this statement comes in the category of Shruti. There are certain statements which come in the category of Shruti. Now, Shruti is a statement which is absolutely unambiguous. There is no ambiguity there or confusion there. By reading the statement, anybody can understand very clear meaning. It is supposed to be very, very declarative, which declares a fact. Then it is categorical, very categorically it declares a fact by refuting all other facts. So it is very unambiguous, it is declarative, it is very categorical, and it is absolute in itself, which means that statement does not need support to explain. That statement explains everything. So when a statement explains everything, it doesn't need a support. The Shruti is that kind of statement. Now the way this second statement, Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, now this statement Krishna's, so under C I mentioned 2 points. Now I am referring to third point, that Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam Now when we refer to such kind of statements, the way this statement is designed, especially the word of tu, which says but, this indicates two things. First of all, a new subject is starting, new subject of discussion, because before this line, the first line was Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsa. All these incarnations are coming from Purusha. And after that ends, now it comes to the new statement which says but. It's a new subject. Krishna is original personality. And such kind of statements are declarative in itself, First thing is the new subject is starting, old subject is ending, which is the first line. And this statement, the tu makes a statement, this word tu, it makes a statement declarative or absolute or unambiguous. There is no ambiguity. This is another reason why this statement is taken and Krishna is established as the source. This is called as a kind of statement called as Shruti, which is like it's in essence a coded language, in essence a complete statement which declares a fact. That is called as Shruti. Now, under this C point, we have the fourth subpoint. The fourth subpoint is, if Krishna is the source, why Krishna is included also in the list of incarnations? In text 23, the list of incarnations which come from Purusha avatar. Why? Because from the criteria of calling someone as incarnation, any form of the Lord which appears in the material world is labeled as incarnation. So Krishna and Balaram also appears to take birth. In material world, like all other incarnations. Therefore, they are also called as incarnation. But then because later statement is considered more powerful, therefore Krishna is ultimately the source. So very beautifully he establishes this, Srila Jiva Goswami. Now after establishing 4 points under C, now the D category, which is an explanation of the same verse 1.3.28. Now in here till now we have considered first and second statement of the verse. Now he considers the third and fourth statement, which uses the word, if you look in the Sanskrit, mridayanti yuge yuge. Now if you look in the verse, it says mridayanti. Mridayanti means they give protection in different ages. Now mridayanti is a plural word, which means it's referring to many who come again and again. This means mridayanti is referring to a list of incarnations, because the first line mentioned ete chamsha. If you look in the first line of this verse, it says ete, all these, and third says they come again and again. So because mridayanti is plural, it has to refer to many. So it is referring to the first line and not the second line, because second line was Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Only one personality is mentioned, Krishna. So second line mentions only one personality, Krishna, in this verse. First mentions many, so mridayanti has to apply to first. This means first, third and fourth statement of this verse, ete chamsha kalapum. So all these incarnations come from Purusha, and third and fourth, they come and again, time and again, to annihilate all the demons. But the second here, which is missing here, second is a complete different statement which highlights the position of Krishna, and it says that Krishna doesn't only come for getting rid of demons, he has many other purposes to perform. But all other incarnations practically come whenever there is a disturbance created by an atheist. So this is how this verse very categorically explains the position of Shri Krishna. Now, Jiva Goswami further enhances his explanation by adding some more points. Although till now it is very wonderfully explained, but he adds some more points. Let us look into that. Hare Krishna.